So our speaker this morning is Tessa Mero. She's a PLT member, which means she works on the team that manages the code of the project, manages the direction of where the Joomla software is going. So she's going to give us an update on that. I think you'll really enjoy it. So let's give a warm welcome to Tessa Mero.
Thank you, John. All right, well, thank you everyone for allowing me to be here today and for allowing us to celebrate our 10-year anniversary of the Joomla Project here in the beautiful country of India. And I've been able to meet so many amazing people and a lot of extension developers that I've been working with for years and finally able to meet them face to face. So it's been very exciting. And I'm also extra excited that I got an Indian dress on, so I'm feeling extra cultural, and it kind of brought my mood pretty high. Yeah. Thank you. Does that mean I'm done? Oh, okay. So for work, I'm a college instructor. I've been teaching for several years, and currently I'm doing curriculum development. Well, actually, at this very moment, I'm taking some time off from work to travel to conferences and let my arm heal from overworking and typing too much. You know how that goes. And it's a good excuse for a break, too. And a long time ago, I was a web developer for many years at a ski and snowboard company. And that's how I got into Joomla. I was looking for a solution to build web applications when I was still in college and learning how to code. So it was a great foundation to get started with. And they sent me to full-day classes on learning how to do Joomla that week. And within a month, I went to my first Joomla Day conference in New York City. And I made so many great connections and friends there. And I got a bad addiction to Joomla conferences since then. And I felt the need to be at the conferences and to stay with my network and family. So I feel like everyone here is a second family to me, and you guys mean a lot to me. No matter where I'm at in life, you guys are right here. And I like to snowboard a lot. It was something that, working for a ski and snowboard company, you kind of have no choice, because if you say you don't snowboard or ski, it shocks everyone, and they start giving you all these free products worth thousands of dollars, and then you're like, okay, well, I might as well try it out. And I'm a mother of two. I have a 6-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter, and that's the whole reason why I do everything is for them, and they mean the world to me. And I love to speak. I may not be the greatest speaker or the most confident speaker, but I'm here to educate you. I'm here to inspire everyone, and that's what I love to do. And if speaking is something that you see in the future, talk to me and I'd be happy to mentor. I love to mentor people. So this is me. I identify myself as an open source contributor. Sometimes I forget I have a job because I always say I do Joomla stuff. I do a lot of contributing. And as John already mentioned, I'm PLT, and my main role is to be the developer evangelist, or developer advocate. And I go to developer conferences and talk with the developer community very often, and I speak a lot at PHP conferences. I used to be on the board of directors, OSM, and I'm on the Joomla Extensions Directory team. I help manage the directory. If you guys are going to Joomla in Action later, if you come find me, if you have any feedback or want to offer input on features, I'm happy to take notes, and there's a high chance it will be implemented because we want to listen to the community and we want to do what's best for the community and the extension developers and the users. And I'm the organizer of the PHP and Joomla meetup in my local area, and I'm also a conference organizer for a PHP conference. I'm addicted to working, as you can see. That's why my arm always hurts. So here's a summary of what I will be going over. Basically about the Joomla project, what we're doing and where we're headed. There's hair on my laptop, I had to wipe it off. So, my laptop is glitching, so I might pause a little bit here and there. So, what is Joomla? Joomla means all together as a whole. It's the language of Swahili and originally spelt as Joomla. And Joomla was created as a fork of Mambo back in 2005. And as you know, we're celebrating our 10th year birthday as of last month, which is a big deal. And it's a free and open source software, which means it's free to, you can modify and redistribute it. We are made up of 100% volunteers. That means nobody is paid and we have no workers. And as of recently, we have over 65 million downloads. It's a big deal, yes. Next year it'll be 100 million and it's gonna keep going, right? I might have to hack that number and just sit down for 24 hours straight and just keep downloading it over and over again. And there's almost 7,500 Joomla 3 extensions and counting. So who is Joomla? Joomla is you, and anyone who contributes to Joomla, anyone who uses Joomla, anyone who knows what Joomla is. But we all have our different perspective, and that's kind of what my definition is. And you're probably wondering, who are the leaders behind the Joomla project? So here's the current structure, which we've had for many, many, many years, and not for long though. It consists of 3 leadership teams. OSM, which is the board of directors, managing the legalities and the finances and everything else on that area. The community leadership team, which is CLT, that manages the Joomla extensions directory. Anything that's community related, the forums and the newsletters on the community site. And the PLT, which is the production leadership team, and that manages all the code and developer relations. And this is the new structure. As you can see, we have 7 main coordinators where OSM manages all the coordinators and all the sub-teams are below there. And I had my doubts at first, but I have a really good feeling that things may work out. So I always try to look at the brighter side and trust things to work out great. So I'm actually very excited to see where things go. So GLIP is a communication channel where we collaborate. All of our Joomla volunteers uses GLIP to talk to each other, to work on our teams, and for project management. And if you want to be a contributor, or if you are a contributor and would like access, anyone is allowed to come in and start chatting. So definitely contact me or contact anyone in leadership for access, and I'll be glad to let you in. So our current state of the project, we are all rainbows and butterflies. Everything is perfect. Just kidding. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. There's always lots of bumps and hurdles in the road. We have huge decisions that we're making in the project right now, and it only helps us grow and stay stronger together. And that means a lot. So for us all to just hang on tight and keep working through it, we're turning into something amazing. And we're creating a brighter future for Joomla together. So back in December, 2014, the Joomla 2.5 reached end of life, and in February 2015, 3.4 the stable was released. I really like this graphic. They did a really good job, whoever designed it. For those who do not know, our Joomla logo was recreated, redesigned. The one on the top is no longer our logo, and we now have a flat, new, fresh design, which is the one on the bottom. And I like it a lot. It was made by a great contributor in our community named Kiara, and she does a wonderful job. She's very talented. And I wish she was here so we can thank her. So I'm going to keep this one really short because Sander Potter and his team built a volunteer portal. It was launched back in November 2014, and he has a session today at 14:15 in the great ballroom here, and he's going to talk about how to become a Joomler, a contributor, and how the volunteer portal works. It's an amazing thing, and I'm on it all the time. It's where all the working groups and the team members are. You can see reports for each team. But there's so much more, but I'm going to keep it at that. You're going to have to go to a session to see more. So our biggest accomplishment as a project was Joomla.com being launched. And that was launched in January 2015. It's very beautiful, isn't it? So Joomla.com, you can set up a free hosting and a free subdomain. And there's tons of templates, free templates to choose from. And it's fully responsive. And it has automatic updates. And thank you to our hosting partner, SiteGround, for making this happen for our project. Without them, there would be no Joomla.com. So you should at least check it out and see how you like it. So here's some quick statistics. As I already mentioned, almost 7,500 Joomla 3 extensions and counting. The number increases at a very heavy rate. There are 209 Joomla user groups in the world. I wish it was thousands, but we'll head there eventually. And thanks to my friend Jennifer Gress, she took the time to put this information together for me for the Joomla user groups and counted the data. There's over 23,000 commits in the Joomla core and 429 contributors to the Joomla code. And there could be more if you guys join too. So the new JED 3.0 system is something that was launched earlier this year. We get over 5 million page views per month, and we have about 50 more reviews being published each day in comparison to the last version of the JED. There's 20 more listings per day being published in comparison to the last version. And the JED system is automated. Everything automatically approves unless you have, third-party PHP libraries, then we have to manually review it, which is why your listing would be on a queue. And I've been working on putting together a volunteer developer team that's a sub-team of the Joomla extensions directory, and they will be working on all the issues and features of the current JED system. So I'm very excited to see where that's going to head. There may be little issues here and there, but that's all going to be squared away soon, and we're definitely relying heavily on community feedback. If you haven't visited Jira, come talk to me later, and I'll give you the URL to get access to the Jira issues list and feature list, and you can add what you would like to see on the JED. And if you'd like to see what the Joomla Extensions Directory is doing, we publish a monthly report right on the volunteer portal. And we like to share exactly what we're doing all month long. It's very exciting. So where are we headed? Joomla 3.5 Beta 1 just released the other day. I think it was yesterday. So definitely, if you can, take the time to download and test it out. Make sure you do it on a production site and not a live site. And maybe try to find some bugs or try to break it and let people know. It's an exciting feeling to find a bug. And this timeline was just recently updated the other day, so luckily I had time to update my slide. November 17th, Beta 2 will be released. December 1st, the release candidate, and December 8th, 3.5 stable. So I'm very excited about that. And it's very important to not forget to update your sites as soon as a release is out. Especially for security releases, that's very important. So with the Joomla 3.5 package, thanks to our PLT member, Roland, he's the release leader, we have router improvements. It is the new base class for component routers, which can be used to create rules-based routers that are dynamically extendable. And count items. It adds the number of published, unpublished, and trashed articles in the category manager for articles, banners, contacts, and news feeds. And they're gonna add a one, and what's added is a one-button click where you can get your downloaded system information. So if you have a hosting question, they ask all these questions, you can just download the file and give it to them, and they know all of your environment information. And tiny MCE drag and drop, that's something that's been asked for a while, and it's finally implemented. So you can just drag and drop images, which will make it much easier. And backwards compatibility and lots more. So be sure to follow the articles from the developer.joomla.org for latest news for the PLT. So Joomla.4.0, there's a Joomla 4 working group, and that's led by our amazing Marco. He had a session yesterday about the future of Joomla 4, which was excellent. If you haven't seen it, if you want to see his slides or get more information on it, you're welcome to find him or contact him. If you want to give feedback or your vision on offering comments on Joomla 4, they have open ears and love to listen to the community's feedback as well. So developer community sponsorships. This is something the PLT has been recently being more involved in. We are sponsoring more developer conferences. Right now we've done several in the US, including ZenCon. We're working on Sunshine PHP and Madison PHP. And we're going to extend through Europe and Asia and try to bring Joomla all over the world and have a lot of Joomla people speak at conferences. Since we've been having a lot more Joomla presence, that conference organizers are becoming more familiar with Joomla contributors and have been bringing more Joomla people in to speak. Back then, developer conferences used to have open source slots for Drupal and WordPress, and Joomla has never been really involved. So now that I'm seeing Joomla in most conferences, it's been a major stepping stone and very exciting. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to everyone else. So we have been bringing speakers at conferences from other open source communities. I think of Joomla as an open source community. I mean, we've had Matt Mullenweg from WordPress, the founder of WordPress, come and speak at a Joomla conference. We've had people from Mozilla and PHP. There's someone that's in the PHP community that's going to be keynoting at an upcoming Joomla conference. And I think that shows a lot on how amazing our Joomla community is, and I want the world to see this and know this. So I sent out a tweet recently saying, what does Joomla mean to you? Then I said, first 3 people gets to be quoted on my slides. So I got a lot of responses from that. A friend named Daniel, he said, what does Joomla mean to me? It means community, website, and friendship. Same to me, too. And another friend, Jennifer, she says, what does Joomla mean to me? It's the choice to be a part of something made by and for others. Such beautiful words. It makes me want to tear for every quote that I read from people. And another friend, Jacques, he says, work, friends, and giving. So all these quotes are starting to sound more, similar. And I had to throw one in too. This was the best I can come up with. Joomla is about having a community of contributors who want to give back to the project. We're all here for different reasons. My reason being is I got a full-time job building Joomla websites. And I never knew that Joomla was made up of all volunteers. And when I found this out, when I went to the New York City conference to learn how to use Joomla, I was introduced to different people and introduced to different contributors. And I felt like it was my calling, and I had to be part of that, and I had to contribute and give something back for allowing me to have a career and allowing me to have a roof over my head. So without Joomla, I'd be like using ASP.NET or back to classic ASP. And here are some quick links for you to remember. The forums.joomla.org is where everyone brings their Joomla questions. If you want to start contributing the easy way, you can just simply help respond to basic questions. For example, I've seen a lot of people post, I'm trying to install Joomla, but I can't figure it out, and I need help. Can you imagine no one responding to that, and this person gets so frustrated, they end up not using Joomla, and we lost out on one person in our using Joomla. We lost out on a future contributor. You never know. This could have been, a future leader of Joomla. So it's very important to kind of, peek around on the forums and maybe help one person, even one person a month. That would mean a lot. That can change someone's life. And again, the volunteers portal. Don't forget about that. At least check it out. It's amazing. The extensions directory, and Joomla.com. And Diwali. If I would have remembered that Diwali was next week, I would have extended my trip here. So I'm actually leaving right before that, so I'm very sad. And I hope everyone has an amazing time next week with your family, friends, wherever, and have a great time. And thank you, everyone, for being so welcoming. It was so amazing to, walk in the elevator and people just that I don't even know say, hi, how are you? Can I help you carry that? I'm like, whoa, people are so nice here. I'm not used to that. Or maybe I live in the wrong city, I don't know. And it just means a lot. I've been feeling a lot, having a better mood because of all of you. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, you're welcome to. I live there more than anywhere, more than the real world. So yeah, I'd love to have a chat. Thank you very much.